And Gendrome are surprisingly strong. Sure, their attacks are very similar, pretty much a carbon copy of a Velocodrome, but they have some punch to it. Now, right here, aged cheese. Who in their right mind would take aged cheese and try to cook with it? You must be one hell of a chef in order to pull that off. And these felines, however, are not. But it's all good. With this particular armor combination I have on, I actually have a vitality increase. So a decrease in vitality doesn't really matter much. Now it's time to take on the Gendrome. I'm gonna dread those gathering quests. Really, I am. One of the things I tried doing for this particular walkthrough is I tried to do all the quests without fucking up. Unlike in the Freedom Unite walkthrough that I'm doing, where if I fuck up, I'm gonna have a good laugh with it too, along with you guys. Assuming that my fuck up wasn't too obvious, because nobody likes an obvious fuck up. That's where some YouTubers like Toby Turner are kind of unentertaining at that point. Where if they miss something obvious, like if I wasn't even paying attention to my health and I got killed, that wouldn't be too funny. Really, it wouldn't. If I was bitch slapped by a Rathian's tail during a backflip, got poisoned, and then got hit by a Bullfengo blindsided, that would be funny. But something obvious, no, it's not funny. Now, one of the most irritating things about Genprey is, of course, like I mentioned in the previous episode, is that they have the ability to paralyze you during their jumps. It is fucking annoying. And it makes getting blindsided a whole lot worse. It's because of that I actually prefer the Iodrome compared to these guys. Sure, all the Prey family is irritating, but these guys they just take it to a whole new level. And again, these guys have more vitality than a Velocodrome, and they have much more of a punch to them. So don't get careless with them. Now, again, I kind of thought it was the same thing planned with the Velocodrome with these guys, that the other one was just kind of wandering around here, so I briefly searched around for them, didn't find him, and then just came back to Area 9 where I eventually battled the second one. And which is not necessarily a bad thing to do, actually, because a monster usually takes a little bit of time to despawn. If you check the surrounding areas just to double check to make sure that there isn't a secondary monster that you're looking for just wandering around, and you come back, usually the time it takes to do that, the monster that you first killed will despawn by then. And if the monster is wandering about, then hooray for you. Go and kill the son of a bitch. And another thing that you want to do before fighting Gendrome is when you're in an area that doesn't have Gendrome but it has Genprey, kill the Genprey. Because the less of those bitches that you have to deal with, the better. I decided to do just a simple loop around from 5 to 2 to 4, then back to 9. Just to make sure there wasn't another Gendrome just roaming about. And speaking of which, I'm now beginning to think that, yeah, that the derping from the rubber chicken starting to make me derp, and I'm slowly being able to recover from the derping. So I'm actually being able to talk. However, to those watching and find my voice very unappealing, that's probably a little comfort for you. And to that end, I really don't give a fuck. Oh yeah, and these guys usually respawn maybe 1 or 2 times. I don't know for certain. This hunt went by kind of quickly, so there may be details I could have easily overlooked. Now with the last Gendrome, I was gonna attempt to combo lock him near this cave right here. And this guy kind of gave me a run for my money here. It was a real pain in the ass. Which goes back to what I said, don't underestimate these guys. Especially their biting attacks. They're fairly quick, very simple, but effective. And of course, because the sharpness of my weapon has went down, can't really do any hard hits on them. And that's when a draw attack is always very effective, because I'm pretty sure it was the draw attacks that usually apply the most amount of damage. For any normal attack, anyway. I know, I think it's starting with Freedom 2 that the Greatsword had one hell of a charge attack. It's the funniest whenever you use it on a monster that's sleeping. Even funnier if you blow up a bomb that is right in front of a monster that's sleeping. Assuming that you get out of the way from the explosion before it decides to fuck your day up. And that is it for the Gendrome. Now, I usually do this subtly, but right now I'm gonna say it. If you are ever interested in keeping up with what I do with these videos, check out the Monster Hunter Webcast Facebook page that I have linked down in the description below. I also have a link to my Tumblr page, which I would often use to hold updates for specific characters, which I'm probably going to reboot for this character, kind of keep track of what I'm doing. And there's also the forums page, the Monster Hunter forums, that is filled with a bunch of great people, very friendly. We will try our best to answer any of your questions, and we won't belittle you for any of them, usually. So that'll do it for me for now, and until next time, take care, guys.